and I'm tapping deeper into that ancestral memory. Work with your ancestors. That's why you have ancestors here. Work with your ancestors. Make a place for them. Make the altar. Make the shrine or what. Divine greetings and gratitude. Welcome to the Saiyonan Collective, where we merge the arts of poetry, writing, and magic. I'm Nuna, and I'm here to aid you on your path of remembrance. Welcome to your spiritual safe haven. Divine greetings and gratitude, tribe. Welcome back to our sacred space. Of course, I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. I don't know exactly what these messages are going to be about for you today. However, I do know that we do have an upcoming full moon in Aquarius that's going on. If you did not catch the last video, after you're done listening to this one, you are more than welcome to go back to listen to some intuitive messages that I pulled from that is inspired by the Aquarius full moon that we have coming up on July 29th. So it's very, very close. The deck that we're going to be working with right now is called the Hoodoo Tarot. I'll make sure to have that linked down below in the description box. I'm also going to be working with this Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. Again, I will make sure to have everything linked down below in the description box, just in case you want to get your hands on this deck or any of these decks. Also, in one of our previous videos, I mentioned to you that we must have a small little journal with us everywhere we go, just in case we get some ideas and thoughts and things coming in. I wanted to practice what I preach, so I made sure to bring mine with me so that, of course, if anything does come to my attention that I do need to put into a writing piece, I can do that. For those of you that are confused as to what I mean by that, not only am I a witch, not only am I a seer, not only am I the founder of the Saiyonan Temple as well as the Saiyonan Ethereum, essentially I'm a writer, I'm a poet, and I'm also someone that merges the arts of poetry and magic. So that's the reason why you hear me saying that. All right, so basically the first couple of cards here that you have, or the first few cards that you have the Star, you have the Page of Pentacles, and you also have the Empress here. So this feels so favorable. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This feels so favorable. I feel like this is a space in your life right now where you are definitely experiencing a lot of fertile energy. A lot of fertile energy. And I say that because the Big Queen here does translate to the Empress card and the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, or normal tarot, right? And the Big Queen is all about being someone that is celebrated, right? The Big Queen is beautiful in her beautiful giving energy. But the Empress is also about our connection to the earth and how we work our earth magic and being in communion with the earth and being in a space where we are nurturing and caring, and especially in an elevated status. So there's something here about how when you decide to go according to what the divine plan is, that's when you'll start to see things that are growing. That's when you start to understand that you have a strong connection to the collective energy. And this is not just about you as an individual, but rather you being amongst other individuals that help to light up the sky, if that makes sense. Now, I feel like the divine is wanting you to understand that this is not about you dissolving into the collective where you lose your own sense of identity. If anything, this is where you allow yourself to stay rooted in who you are while welcoming other energies. And it's interesting because it's really bringing me to how the reason why other beings may not appear to some people is because if so, they would collapse outside of their own identity. And what would happen is that either they'll respond in fear, or they would just simply lose their own identity, which would cause them to exit this matrix or this reality, right? So to prevent that, what they'll do is they just simply won't. They'll maybe make a telepathic link, but that's about what they'll do in order to keep you here if you're not ready, if that makes sense. Why am I saying that? So the reason why I'm getting this download is because you're in a space where you're not only connecting to things in the earth realm, you're also raising your vibration in a way that connects you to other beings in other realms and other places of this universe. And it really does feel like that. It also, I just heard the word star child, which makes a lot of sense. So I'm one of those people where I'm so rooted in reality to the point where I will never hype anyone. And you guys know this about me. If you don't know, you definitely will find out. I am not one that likes to use certain terms, that sound new age and things like that put people in an elevated status above anyone else as if they're superior. You'll never hear me talk like that on this channel. But the reason why I'm hearing the word star child is because you're someone that has a strong connection to the stars, and this is your intergalactic team coming through stating that they want you to start to raise your vibration, and there is a plan that you have over your life, and don't forget the plan. And it's so interesting because I feel like there was something that you've been feeling. Honestly, I really feel like it's been coming through your dreams. I just heard that it's been coming through nightmares. And these are collections of either past, if you believe in reincarnation or past lives, then these are memories from past lives. But now you're taking the information and you're integrating it in a way that's going to help you in this reality, in this time, in this moment. Also, what I'm picking up on too is that with this start with the grandchildren here, this is something that you're helping for future generations. It's interesting because Aquarius does point to the future, and it also is a sign that's connected to humanity. And I feel like this has everything to do with you being rooted and grounded and you connecting to the collective consciousness in a way that can help to progress them forward. And I feel like this is definitely a fertile time where you can start to become a lot more innovative in terms of what you do and what you give in order to help humanity stay, not just gather, but in order to help humanity progress. I keep hearing the word individualism, but this is where you don't want to fall into the habit of people pleasing, and you really don't want to fall into you losing your sense of self, because you'd collapse and there would be no you, so to speak. And I don't mean to say that as, because I mean, what are we, right? Like, there really is no us. But what I mean is that your ego is what helps you to differentiate yourself from another individual, because we're all a part of the same source, but we need this sense of individualism to help us understand things from different perspectives, right? Because there's different perspectives that lead to one ultimate truth, if that makes sense. So I feel like there's something that you're here to do or to deliver in a way that helps people understand. But also, I feel like this is not just about other people. This is you creating. This is you understanding that you're in a time where there's something that you will 100% give birth to. I feel like you have a very strong connection to the stars, and you have a strong connection to intergalactic beings. I feel like they're going to start reaching you more through meditations if they haven't already. Like, this is, I feel it. Like, if you just allow yourself some time to meditate, allow yourself some time to elevate. I'm seeing blueberries. They're wanting you to eat more blueberries, and take it or leave it. But they're asking for you to try to adopt more of a vegetarian diet if you do eat meat. And they're saying that not because you are wrong, it's just more so because they're wanting you to start to raise your vibration a little bit more. And even if you don't eat, even if you decide I don't want to give up meat because my body requires it because of the vibration that I'm at, I'm hearing for you to limit your meat consumption, because they're wanting you to get used to other things that help to kind of raise it, if that makes sense. It does not mean that you are wrong. I'm not telling you to change your diet. I'm only giving you the message that is coming through. I can't help but I just heard the word reverence. It's because the meat that is being consumed, it's the animals that are sacrificed are not being revered. They're not being respected. They're not, and this could easily bleed into a controversial topic. And I know I can just feel somebody clicking out. I am not shaming anybody for what they're doing. And I also don't jump on any bandwagon that's going to shame people because they decide that they are doing what is going to work for their body. I'm not going to do that. What I'm giving you is strictly just the message. I don't mean to come out so strongly. I just understand that people get on the internet and they feel like they can say what they want to say. And I don't want to project that into your reading, but you do what is going to work for you. Just make sure that you are doing things with reverence and that you're not allowing yourself to, continuously lower your vibration. That's just simply what the message is. You don't have to follow it. So you also do have here the Four of Wands, which to me is, I feel like you're going to end up being celebrated for your contributions, absolutely. But I feel like to go deeper than that, because you do have here death, I feel like there's definitely something that you're leaving behind, and I feel like this is your old life. I don't see you staying in this space that you're in. If anything, there is a divine plan on your life, and I feel like they're asking for you to open yourself up to the memory of such. I just cannot help but feel that you have a very strong intergalactic presence, and you have very strong, you, oh my goodness, your guides are definitely elders. Like, you are a part of this. I, just take it for what it is. You can take it as entertainment if you like, but there's something about you being a part of like an intergalactic order or something like that, or how you are being shown, or you'll be seen as someone that is some kind of either elder, celestial elder, or maybe you're a timekeeper. Maybe, I just heard the word celestial witch, so maybe you're a celestial witch. I do deeply feel though that you're very deeply cosmic, and I feel like you're about to start tapping deeper into that, this really deep cosmic wisdom. Also, I feel you have a connection to Quetzalcoatl or Kukulkan. You have a very strong connection to that energy. I just heard the word sky, so there's some, okay, sky mapping. So maybe your ancestors were sky. They worked, very closely with the stars. Your ancestors were astrologers. You may want to start getting into astrology. You may want to start researching astrology, but also you're not going to go, what they're saying is be careful of the Western way. That's so funny, because that's so funny. That's interesting. I am going to make a prediction. I feel like there's people that are going to stop not glamorizing the Western part or the Western version of astrology. I do see that the more people are waking up or remembering who they are and following their ancestral roots, especially because ancestors are here, they're going to start doing things more in a way that their ancestors did, or at least they're going to start to implement those into their workings, into what they're doing. I know that that's something that I'm incorporating, which I find to be so amazing and beautiful. But either way it goes, I just keep hearing the word sky mapping. There's just something about sky mapping. They're saying sky mapping specifically. Sky mapping specifically is for you. And I also just keep hearing that you're a cosmic elder. That's so interesting that I'm getting that. But either way it goes, I feel like you're going to start to gather. Like, you're going to start gathering people. You're going to start planning. I feel like you do want to get that notebook. I feel like you're wanting to get a notebook. Also, you do have here the Ace of Cups here. Yeah, they're really wanting you to raise your vibration, and they're wanting you to start journaling and start planning and start being open to receiving more messages, because that's how they're going to help you plan whatever this thing is. Like, that's really what this feels like. But I also feel, I just heard the word exaltation or being exalted. There's something that you're doing or that you're going to do that's going to end up exalting you. Just allow it. And they're saying that you have a pure heart, and they know that, but they don't want you to internalize this to where you start feeling this sense of imposter syndrome. You're not an imposter, and you're not someone that just gloats over being seen, gloats over being known, right? You almost kind of strike me as someone who likes to keep a low profile, and you just kind of accidentally you accidentally become famous for something, or you become renowned for something, or revered for something. And I just really love that. It's actually quite a vibe, actually, because people will think, oh, they may be a nobody, or people may believe that about you. I'm not saying that about you. I believe that everybody is somebody, but people may have seen you as a nobody, or maybe your reputation wasn't the best in the past, and now you're entering to a space where you're going to start being exalted because of your contributions. And I love that for you. Let's go ahead and see what your oracle says. Okay. Oh my God, Skyfather. That's so funny. Skyfather. And I heard, wow. Skyfather, trust in the unknown. This is definitely connecting me to astrology, right? And this, of course, has everything to do with Uranus, because Uranus is astrology. It's the sky, right? It has everything to do with that. So this to me, and that's so funny because Quetzalcoatl also connects to that. It's the cosmic, right? It's the cosmic aspect of it all, right? It's so interesting because I feel like this primordial wisdom is something that you have, and I feel like they're wanting you to look up to the sky. They really, really are. Like the sky. I don't know why I just heard like sky people. You are definitely like, your soul is not your soul. Oh my goodness, your soul has a very far distant origin. And I'm hearing that it's not something that you think that we know. It's something that people, the average person, wouldn't even hear of. That's so interesting. I just heard that it only comes through a channel. It's gonna come to you through a channel. It's gonna come to you through a channel. And I'm seeing the word knock, NOC, knock, What is that? I don't know like what that is, but I don't know, the key words are like the key letters are NOC. There's something with knock in it, or like NOCT. That's all that I'm getting. I'm not getting anything else, but that's exactly what it feels like. I just heard that your ancestors were sky people, which makes sense, you know, a lot, obviously, because humans are hybrids, right? Like we know that humans are hybrids. But either way it goes, I feel like you're probably going to start coming more into contact with these other celestial beings that are going to help you along your path if you open yourself up to it. You have a very powerful mind, and they're saying don't get lost in the idea of intellectualism, and they say that because when you keep trying to view things from a logical or a rational perspective, not only do you suck the life and the joy out of life, but it also keeps you disconnected from your intuition. You really want to follow your intuition here, right? You really want to follow your intuition. It's interesting because not the high priestess, I just wanted to say the high priestess, but the big queen here, it's very intuitive and it works very well with the land. I feel like you may want to start looking deeper into the cosmic correspondences to your plants and to the animals around you, but also to the herbs that you may be utilizing, because they all have a very strong celestial presence. They all have a very strong celestial energy to them. I just heard the word light body. They're really wanting you to raise your vibration, truly. That's so funny. Remember when I said that I wanted to say the high priestess? That's crazy. Why is the high priestess here? Wow. Exactly. Exactly. That's that never gets old. That never gets old. And speaking of Earth, you also do have your Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. That is so amazing. I feel like you're being called to leave your old life behind. I don't see you staying in this old life. I feel like you're getting ready to leave this life. Not in a literal way, like not saying you're gonna, you know, your body's gonna perish. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I feel like your life is about to change. Like you're about to walk through a portal. Like I feel like you've been probably feeling like time just is so absent. Everything feels like a dream. Your memories feel like dreams. The future feels like a dream. It feels like you're just simply here in the now. Like you literally feel this way, and it's because you're tapping into a higher aspect of your mind. Your consciousness really is expanding, and I really want you to start tuning in and trusting in your intuition. If I were going to work with anything from the Ethereum, one of the things that I would work with would be the Ethereal Visions mystic candle, and that definitely does help you connect to the wisdom of the ethers. It definitely does. And also I believe it's the Ethereal Visions mystic oil. I would 100% work with that. Also, I'm going to be implementing or finally adding the psychic visions. I believe it is it the psychic visions or something to do with helping you to enhance and or develop your intuition and your psychic abilities. I'm going to make sure that I have that, and I'm also going to be doing a video on how you can work to enhance your psychic abilities and your intuition and things like that, because although different, your intuition is still very much needed. Intuition is baseline, so more than likely we're going to be starting with something that helps you to develop your intuition, and we're going to be coming up with things like that. You also do have the drum, dream, and journey. So this lets me know that there's a calling, like there's truly a higher calling on your life. And this is where you start to trust the fact that it's not going to look how others looks, and just trust in the uniqueness of that. You also do have here Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. I love this for you on so many levels, because I do feel like your life is about to start getting a lot more magical, more than what you could ever think. The synchronicities are going to start hitting even harder than what they usually would. Sorry, I'm trying to fix the lighting here. Let me go ahead and let's see. There we go. I think it's a little bit better. But either way it goes, yes, this is the Magic Guardian card. So I feel like, yes, your life is going to start getting a lot more magical, and things are changing. And I feel like it's really to help the collective, but it's also to help you remember who you are. Because as I always say, I feel like we're all on the path of remembrance. So with us being on this path of remembrance, it does come with us stepping outside of what we believe to be true and what we think is true, and allowing ourselves to open up to what is true. Does that make sense? And the last card that you have here is Stag, trust and thrive. This is going to take for you to start to stand up, more and show yourself and show your face, because there's a calling over your life where you're going to start leading, and it's time to start preparing for that. Even if you think you're not ready, you're ready. And if you feel like you're alone, you're not. You actually do have a very loving, strong spiritual team that is here to help you. Okay. Oh, wow. And look at what's at the bottom of the deck here. That's so amazing. Whoa. Okay. I have to show you these cards. I have to show you these before we go. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You have Stargazer, set your sights higher, and you also have Direction Guardian, choose your path. I'm telling you, I feel like you're walking through a portal. I feel like you're about to walk through a portal and you get to choose. But I also feel like there is a calling over your life, and your team, they see you. They are always around you. They are always here to help you. You are never without and you are never alone. Okay? These are your messages, and I really do hope that they help you. I feel like this is a beautiful, fertile time in your life, and I really want you to start trusting in when you're being led. This is you following the stars. This is you keeping your head up. This is you looking up, saying, this is what is true for me. I come from the stars. My ancestors are sky people. My ancestors are from the stars, and I myself know more of what I am, and I'm tapping deeper into that ancestral memory. Work with your ancestors. That's why you have ancestors here. Work with your ancestors. Make a place for them. Make the altar, make the shrine, or whatever it may be. Right? They know what you are. They have access to more information, and your ancestors are going to lead you more into that place, and they're going to help you on your path of remembrance. So honor your ancestors, welcome their teachings, welcome their memories, ask them for help, and they will always be there to guide you. And if you ever feel yourself getting lost, always look up. If you didn't take anything else from this reading, if you ever feel yourself getting lost, always look up. You are always guided. Your home is in the stars, and you are going home. But first, you must root yourself into reality. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that this reading gave you what you needed. I hope that you find exactly what you need. If there's anything else that I feel that you could benefit from and working with from the Ethereum, I'll let you know down in the comment section. So make sure you check that out. Also, make sure that you check it out in the description box, because that's where all the extra messages are. And if you feel that you would like an extended reading, let me know down in the comment section. I will actually do an extended reading, and I'll make sure that it's on the website for you. Consider joining the Saiyonan circle, because that is where I will pour into you in ways I will not do so in the public. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for giving this video a thumbs up so that we can push our readings out further. And if there's nothing else, take care, and I'll catch you in my next video.